Hi everyone, my name is Adam Erickson and welcome to Clackamas United Church of Christ. Today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about one of the passages I think we'll be discussing this Sunday, November 12th, here at church. Church starts at 10:30. I hope to see you there. But between now and then, I wanted to give you a little snippet of one of these passages. One of them is from the prophet Amos. And it's chapter 5, verses 18 to 24. And this passage is actually pretty famous because of Martin Luther King Jr.
We will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.
Amos says, I despise your festivals, and I take no delight in your solemn assemblies. Even though you offer me burnt offerings and grain offerings, I will not accept them. And the offerings of well-being of your fatted animals I will not look upon. Take away from me the noise of your songs. I will not listen to the melody of your harps, but let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. Why, you might ask, is Amos so upset? Well, it's because there is a complete lack of justice happening in Israel at this time. This is the late 700s, so around 780 BC, and Amos is a prophet in the land of Israel. And Israel is having actually a pretty prosperous time for certain people, for the rich. And the rich are making their money by taxing the poor and taking advantage of the poor, selling the poor people into slavery. This is how the rich are becoming prosperous. And Amos says that this lack of justice is against the will of God. And so what Amos says, what is God going to do about it? Well, earlier in our passage, Amos talks about the day of the Lord. And back in this time, people were anticipating the day of the Lord as a day when God would come back and defeat Israel's enemies. But Amos says, do not wish for the day of the Lord, because God is not going to be against your enemies. In fact, because you have been so unjust and have gone so far against the will of God, who wants justice for all people, but especially for the poor, because you have not enacted God's justice, God will not go against your enemies. God will go against you, Israel. The rulers of Israel, God is going to come against. This is Amos's prophetic warning of the day of the Lord. And it's, I think, something that we need to pay attention to. Early Christians saw the day of the Lord not in the way that Amos did, but the day of the Lord is the day that Jesus was lifted up on the cross. And so God doesn't come to us in the spirit of violence on the day of the Lord, but Jesus says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. God comes to us on the day of the Lord, not in the spirit of violence against us, but in the spirit of forgiveness. Now, here's the thing about forgiveness. It doesn't mean, hey guys, it's okay, whatever you've done, no worries. No, forgiveness says what you have done is not right. The way that the leaders are bringing about injustice in the world is not right. And it's something that they need to be forgiven for. And so God always flows towards us in the spirit of forgiveness. But Amos looks at the way that the world and the rulers are working, and he says, this isn't right, and you have to do something about it in order to change it, because this isn't the way that God wants. We often think that the prophets are just there to prophesy the birth of Jesus, but that's missing 99% of the prophets. What the prophets are about is political critique. When politicians, when the rulers don't care for the needs of the poor and the weak and the marginalized, that's where the prophets come in and provide this political critique. So here's the point from Amos. Are we using politics in a way that creates for the common good? Is politics being used in a way to make the powerful more powerful and the rich more rich? This was Amos's primary concern. And if politics goes in that direction, then Amos's big warning is that God has set up the world in such a way that when you don't care for the needs of the poor and the weak and the marginalized, the nation will fall. And that's exactly what happens to Israel a few decades after Amos. So that's Amos's political critique. I find hope in it because we have a chance. We have a chance to use politics in a way that leads to the common good. And it's up to all of us to participate in that on an individual level and on a larger cultural level. So for more of this, I hope that you can join us this Sunday, November 12th, here at Clackamas United Church of Christ. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, this is Adam Erickson, reminding you that no matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome at Clackamas United Church of Christ. We are located at 15303 Southeast Webster Road in Milwaukee, Oregon. Our worship service starts at 10:30 on Sundays, except for during the summer months we start at 10 o'clock. If you'd like more information on our church, you can visit our Facebook page or our website at c-ucc.org. You can also reach out to me through email at adam@c-ucc.org. Until next time, grace and peace be with you.